First of all, what did you make of United's performance and application tonight?
He was poor, as most of the season has been. They were very slow and languid and lethargic in the first half, and the second half, as soon as Nottingham Forest scored, it just looked like they gave up. I believe our goal was very fortunate in the fact that Turner was not having a good game, and Rashford and Garnacho capitalized on that moment. But up until that point, everything was half-hearted for the entire game, and I'm not surprised, Terry. I'm not surprised. Like, legit, this was the most United thing to do. Make a comeback against Villa at home, and then lose away to Nottingham Forest. Like everyone knew that was coming. When you predicted 2-1, I'm sitting there thinking, Terry, we all know what's gonna happen, man. Like, your golden goals, I'm trying to win you 2 million here. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, don't go with your heart when you comes to games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I predicted a 1-0 loss, and I was fuming because I'm like, at least if we lose, I could have got potentially golden goals stuff. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Yeah, we've got just a massive issue. Ten Hag he's done. He needs to go. He just needs to go. I know Cam, he's a wise man, and is saying don't get rid of him because there's no point, because who else is out there? I don't care at this point, Cam, and everyone else with sense. I don't care. Get him gone. I don't care who.
Yeah, I didn't say don't. I just don't see the point.
No. But you're saying that's what I mean. Like, you don't see the point. I don't see the point of doing anything but sacking. Just get rid of him. I don't care. I don't care if it makes sense or don't make sense, because this team don't make sense. This club don't make sense. So let's just be all chaotic. Why don't everyone just be chaos? Because that's what this club is. When we're on the pitch, it's chaotic. Off the pitch, chaotic. You got Brailsford and Fergie sitting there. I wonder what's going through their minds when they're watching this. I know Fergie's probably weeping inside because he's had to watch his club flipping die a slow death ever since he left. And Brailsford is probably thinking, yo, what on earth do I have to do to get this going again? Because this is more than heart surgery. This is literally implosion. Blow the whole thing up and start again. And you know what? I'm going to quote Lee Gunner. Knock the stadium down. Knock it down. Knock the stadium down. Knock everything down. Because that's all we've got to do. Our forward line is rubbish. Anthony's probably the worst winger I've ever seen play for Man United, and I've seen Bebe. You know what I'm saying? Ahmad comes on. He did more than Anthony in 10 minutes than Anthony's done in the entire season. That's how bad Anthony's been. Rashford, he's not a striker, but also his game's not at Man United right now. He just doesn't look like he can be bothered because we're crap. Garnacho's trying, but he's young. Midfield, what combination works? We have a little glimpse of something that could work, and it just flops straight away anyway, because Ten Hag can't stick to anything. The defense is obviously bare injuries in it. So you got old man Evans, who's trying his best, and Varane, who also, again, doesn't look like he can be bothered because we're crap. And then we've got Onana in goal, who essentially just like, he's trying to not go to AFCON. Go to AFCON, my brother. I don't need you here today. I don't need you anywhere near the team at this moment in time. And then we have Ten Hag. I used to call him the best bold manager in the league. Now he's just bold. He's not even the best or good or manager. He's just there. He's just there to fill up a name on the sheet of staff. That's all he's here to do. I don't understand. So yeah, man, our performance was poor. Everything's poor. And but I'm not shocked or surprised. I'm just ready for there to be chaos. Let the chaos begin.
The thing is as well, but it's not about there being chaos. I don't even think you need to pick a brand new manager right now. I know that we've done an interim before, but this is a different circumstance we're in now. There is clearly issues between him and lots of the players in the dressing room. We've lost 14 games before the new year. Just move him on. There's loads of problems that need fixing. Start with fixing this one by moving him and his team on. Put somebody in a position who can come in and look after us for a short period of time whilst they're finding the new individual. Equally, I'm sure the new owners already know who they want anyway. So go and just get him. Like, they're not going to decide that in 3 or 4 weeks. Stick it. I just don't see a world where this turns around. I want to ask you, Cam. It's another defeat. 93 years since we've lost this many games before the new year. Why are we so bad in Europe? Why are we so poor today? We just isolated to today. Why were we so poor in your opinion?
Fuck. So, I mean, last show I said 1-0 comfortably, but my caveat was if we made the right personnel decisions. If Manu was not injured, Cool. I'm with you guys. Just out the door. Get rid of him. I will say that right now. I see the point now. If Manu was not injured, but obviously not having Hoyland too mattered, but that's not, we're just like, let's be honest, we're not consistent. There's no consistency in our play. There's nothing. When you look at United week in, week out, you cannot say this is how we're going to play. This is what we're going to do. Anthony is trash. Like, I mean, I used to be like, well, we look better with him in the team. You know, I was very, yeah, you guys know me. I don't like coming down on our players until there's full on reason. Well, now there's more than reason. Like, this guy should be converted to a right back. Cool. He'd probably be a good right wing back or something, but him out there is like having nobody. It's basically our right flank is dead again. So why have we been bad 93? If you look at this same problem we had for how many years, we thought we fixed with Jadon Sancho. Then we played him on the left. We buy this Antony guy. He's trash. Lord, if Diallo can be healthy, like, this is the thing, like, just play the kids who are showing us something. Diallo played for 10 minutes today, whatever, it felt like 10 minutes. He was there for more than that and looked worlds better than Antony. It's just like it's on the manager. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, realistically, man, we're this bad because the manager is this bad. Like, the main, you called it out at the start. I was watching that goal when Morgan Gibbs White scored, and I'm like, hey, yo, Scott, why are you doubling up on Alanga? Delo's got him. He's cool. Let him. He's fine. There is absolutely no reason to double up there. Goes to Gibbs White, and I'm like, that's a goal. Like, he's got.
But Cam, both goals were his fault.
Both goals were his fault. Insane.
The first one, he just ball watches he literally is ball watching. He's jogging. He looks at the man, watches the ball, watches the ball, tries to go over to him. Oh no, it's gone in.
You know what's crazy? This myth that since Scott McTominay is like jacked and tall or whatever, he can play DM. It's a myth. It's terrible. Anyway, that's what I got. We're trash, and just big up Dizzy. I like that Akatsuki do-rag.
Yeah, Akatsuki flipping do-rag, man. Repping. We love that.
Dizzy, just in isolation, we're going to get on some wider problems in a bit, but in terms of isolations tonight, we didn't run, we didn't press, the shape was awful. What do you put it down to? Is this the players not being good enough? Are they not working hard enough? Is it the manager's decisions? Like, what went wrong tonight, in your opinion, for the club?
I think the players aren't good enough. That's obviously goes without saying. They haven't been good enough for a long time. The signings that we've made haven't helped in making them good enough. But I think we are better than what we are showing at the moment. And to me, that goes down to the manager. To me, the players look like they're not sure what they're supposed to be doing. They don't look like they've been well drilled enough. Or actually, no, take it back. They don't look like they believe in what the plan is. Maybe Ten Hag does have a plan and he's trying to do something. Either they don't know it or they don't believe in it. Because the minute that they get on the pitch, they die almost immediately. We're at the start of the season, we're playing the first 10, 20 minutes playing well, and then the plan kind of went out the window as soon as some adversity hit. Now it looks like the plan goes out the window the minute the game starts, to be honest. So yeah, and then obviously the substitutions, boy oh boy. When I saw Manu come off, I was like, ooh, yeah, this could get interesting. The game definitely livened up a bit. It was a lot more back and forth. So at least it wasn't like one of those where you're falling asleep.
The game got more exciting.
No, listen, it got more busy. That's for sure. But that's not because of the introduction of Scott McTominay. That's because Forest decided, actually, wait a sec, these guys suck. These guys are terrible. Let's actually score goals. That's what happened, man. And then Scott just made it easier for them to do that. That's why the sub makes no sense. Because Ten Hag just handed them the flipping game.
We're done though. But you know what? For me personally, I don't even have any emotional investment in the season. I just watch and turn up to the football terrace just because, vibes.
Why not, man?
But
man.
Why not? But as far as United, bro, we're done, bro. We are done.
I tweeted, we're actually a relegation team, and people think I'm joking when I'm saying my goal for the season is survival. Get me my 40 to 45 points, whatever how much it takes, and then the season is done. The FA Cup against Wigan on the weekend next week. If we get knocked out by Wigan, I would not be surprised, nor will I care, because we ain't winning FA Cup anyway. We just need the season to be finished. And then
sorry.
Go on, Terry.
But this is why 5, 7, 8 weeks ago, when it wasn't even about all the defeats. It was when he said, and I know I'm paraphrasing here, but I stand by it. I'm not trying to play my style of football. Everything made sense to me. That's why the football ain't getting better. That's why I'm not seeing the passing and the movement and the shape improving. Maybe that's also why I'm not defending the players. They've still got to go. But maybe that's why the players are like, hang on. It's a bit, in life, if you get, I'm just trying to give an example here that would work. We've got a manager in that plays a style of football that I think excites everybody. The players must have thought, wow, look who we're getting. Look how we're going to play. And then you don't. The level of disappointment in that must be crazy. Imagine you start, I don't know how many famous, say you start dating Nigella Lawson. You both know who she is?
Yeah.
Really famous chef. Okay, you know what I mean? Nigella, really famous, good-looking chef. Imagine you start dating her. She don't cook. I'm not saying she's got to cook every day, right? But you'd be thinking, some of our dinners are going to be banging, right? And imagine she never cooks for you. You're going to be a bit disappointed. If a woman gets with Gordon Ramsay and he goes, I ain't cooking at home, by the way, then you're going to be disappointed. I think you are in life. There are sometimes you get with people. Imagine this, KJ. Well, you're getting married. I won't use you as an example. Dizzy. Imagine you start dating an amazing singer. You're dating Rihanna. And she don't sing at home at all. You'd be a little gutted. You'd be like, I'm going to get a few little private little concerts here. You'd be gutted. And I think in life, that's how it was. When you get a manager like Ten Hag, and then he tries to play football like Sam Allardyce, of course you're going to be angry and disappointed. I'm angry and disappointed. It's as simple and straightforward as that. At the end of the day, for me, sometimes, certain times, whether you're the manager at your club, whether it's the type of employee that you get, whether it's a partner that you start dating or a friend that you get that has a particular skill, how annoyed would you be if you never get to see it? This manager created a really good footballing team out of our Ajax. Look where they are now without him. At the football, everything was brilliant. To not get a glimpse of that is crazy. So that for me, right? Well, that's why I'm annoyed though, what you said about Wigan. Because from my point of view, I leave Rihanna out of it. I'm sorry, boys. I'm just giving an example. The point I'm making is this. A long-winded point, but I'm making it. Is we could have saved our season 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. If the club was better run, if we were in a better position, we could have, this ain't working. If this guy ain't trying to play the style of football. Things are not going to get better because, as he told us, he ain't coaching the team to get better. He's coaching us to play the way we've been failing under for 3 to 4 years. That is the bit for me where I'm like, ding, 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 ding. How have people not woken up and smelt the coffee on this? We are not getting the Ten Hag we all thought we were going to get. The same as if you hire I've said it before. If you go to have heart surgery, but the man who's turning up is a fucking eye doctor, you're in trouble still. It's mad.
You know what's mad? I've seen people in the comments saying, guys, it's a rebuild, it's a process. Like, how can you guys say this? Like, you guys aren't ready to stomach a process. Look, if you start a new house, you knock down the house and you start laying down the foundations and you're starting to build the house again. But then what you do is you knock it back down again halfway through and just say, guys, don't worry, wife and kids. Just trust the process. I know you're freezing in the cold because we haven't got a house, but I've made the house worse to make it better. No.
And then
the getting worse part is year one. Year one is where you get worse.
And then to add on to that,
to go backwards, to go forward, it's dumb. This process is crap. It's not a good process. If you're in a job, sorry, DZ, if you're in a job and you start a new process to try and improve business, but Lord beholds, it don't work and your business gets less, you don't just say to the staff, guys, just to stick with it because it's a process and we must. No, you stop and change to make sure you can get business back up and running again. So processes aren't just there just to follow because you have to. The process has to work to follow it. Otherwise, there is no point of a process.
Yeah, I mean, this here says you would be more upset if Rihanna didn't have a good concert because you're paying for it. Has fuck all to do with her being in your house. Listen, I think that's probably an even better example. Like I said it earlier when I was ranting, people said I'm spoiled for wanting to win. It's like, no, I'm not. We pay more salary and more than anyone in the Prem, and we spend as much as anybody else in the world on players. I expect results from that. The point I'm making in life, I'm talking about the players individually. So go back to my actual point. It wasn't about the fans being disappointed. It was about the players probably thinking, oh my God, look what we're about to get. And you're not getting an element of that manager that you expected. And the point I'm making in life is, you say, you go out to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant and they serve you shit food. I get from a fan point of view, it's crazy. But imagine you hire Gordon Ramsay, but he says, oh, my signature dishes that you've seen that you love. Yeah, I'm not making them here. You're going to be disappointed. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. Let's do some of the super chats here that have come in. Happy news, Lindelof, new contract. We're still doing this thing, right? And do you know what I'm going to say on this? I was 5-6 years ago, I was gaslit into believing this. That, oh yeah, but we do it preserves the value. Well, how's that work for us when we've sold players so cheaply? I don't want to hear it. Anyone that ain't playing regularly or part of the first team plans, move them on. 22 goals in 20 games. That's shocking. Of course it is. It absolutely is. We have a mediocre pretender as our captain, and the team played rubbish, but smart people want to make it about McTominay. We've been so again. I want to slow it down here, my friend. Okay, so we haven't even got onto that side of things yet. I've mentioned selling Bruno as well. We're not having a go at Scott McTominay per se. We are talking about the fact that Scott McTominay came onto a DM position. Both goals then through holes that he created on the pitch through not being in his position. We haven't even had a go at Scott McTominay for that. We've had a go at the manager for creating that situation. And it has to be discussed because we're talking about this game in a vacuum and what went wrong and why we didn't win today. Later in the show, I already said to Dizzy, we're going to move on to some wider issues later. And one of the things on the agenda is players like Rashford and Bruno, and I want to talk about them. So we will get to that, my friend. McTominay is not being scapegoated by any means. The only way to save United is bring back Fergie. Leave him alone.
My man,
Leave him
Russ.
alone, Brandon. Leave him alone.